Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nikki, and if you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Nikki, and I am a certified women's empowerment coach. I assist women with healing their hearts, renewing their mindsets, and going after what it is they've been called here to do. So if you need a session with me, definitely click the link in the box below. If you'd like to just try out a consultation and see how that works for you, there's a link for that as well, and the consultation is absolutely free. All right, you guys, so let's get into today's topic. And today I wanted to do another video on the single mom life and the reality of being a single mom. And I know I have several videos on this topic. And so if you haven't seen them, I will link them to this video. Definitely check them out. I talk about where I started at, where my mindset was, the struggles I went through with depression, trying to figure out how to keep a roof over my head and my kids' head, moving out of state, and so on and so forth. So today's video is basically an update to where I'm at right now. And this is to encourage you ladies, if you are struggling right now, especially if you have just, you're new to this journey, you're new to being a single mom, and you're feeling like, I'm never gonna be able to make it, or I'll never be able to live the life that I want. However it is that you're feeling, I want this to be just something that gives you hope and help you to realize, use me as an example, that no matter where you are, no matter how you start, because I was at the very, very bottom, you can definitely elevate as long as you're willing to do the work. So let's get into the video. Okay, so let's start off with the fact that I'm still single. So it's been, I believe, 9 years or so, or at least close to 9 years since I've been a single mom. And I'm still single. Now, have I dated during those years? I definitely have dated, and I've grown through that time. So one thing I will tell you ladies, and I'm going to give you a word of advice. This is absolutely free of charge. Do not date when you're broken. Do not date when you are unsure of who you are. Do not date when you're still hurting and you're just yearning for someone to come in and give you affection and make you feel good. Don't date. And I know you're probably like, girl, bye. But I'm telling you, you're going to save yourself so much unnecessary heartache, so much unnecessary wasted time. When you are dating, when you're in a space of being broken, you're trying to figure out who you are, especially if you don't even feel like you're worthy, or you don't even know what your value is, or why you're valuable. Dating is the last thing that you need to be doing, because you will attract the lowest of the lowest. You will attract men that they see that it's like they can smell it, right? No matter how confident you're pretending to be, or you're laying down ground rules and I'm not gonna take this, that, whatever, girl, they can see past all of that. And so what you will do is you will attract people that are very manipulative, and it's not even just men, just people in general. You will attract those type of people that are willing to use you and take advantage of you because they know how weak you are. So again, this is people across the board. But when it comes to dating, my advice to you is do not date while you're broken. Get that work done. Get the healing process. Start working on yourself. Start working on your mindset. If you are a woman with low self-esteem, or if you don't even want to say like, well, I don't have low self-esteem, I don't talk bad about myself, but sis, look at the people that you are choosing to allow to be around you. Look at the people you hang out with. Look at the men you date and you give your time to. Look at their characteristics, right? Look at their quality of life. And if these are people with poor character, no morals, that speaks to you and how you view yourself. So that might be like a little jab in the heart if you sit down and do the work and realize like, whoa, what am I doing here, right? But I'd rather you have that revelation and wake up and move forward to healing and gaining the love and respect that you should have for yourself. I'd rather you do that and start living a life and attracting people that actually love you and will respect you and help to get you to the next level, versus you staying stuck in this role. So don't date while you're broken. So I did go through that process. I did go through dating when I shouldn't have been dating yet. Dating when I personally felt like, who gonna love me, right? Who's gonna love me? Divorce, single mom, kids, who's gonna want me? If you have that mentality, do not date. Please don't date, because you're not attracting a king that's gonna come in and show you different. When you view yourself a certain way, the people that come into you, they're going to view you that way as well, because that's what you're going to end up projecting. So I did go through that whole process, and I'm no longer there. But I did get hurt along the way, and my heart broken again a couple of times. And I had to sit my tail down and be like, okay, girl, you're the problem here. And I'm going to do a video on this as well, because at some point we need to have these hard conversations with ourselves, so that we can get out of this damn pit that we keep putting ourselves in, right? So, although I'm single, I'm happy. I'm so at peace. I'm not sitting here like, oh my gosh, I need me a man. God, where is my man? Okay, God, it's my turn. I'm not in that place. I used to be in that place, and I'm not there anymore. I'm so at peace. And I do have people approaching me and people wanting to, get to know me better or whatever. But my discernment is on a completely different level at this point. And so one thing that you will notice when you're doing the work, ladies, and when you start to elevate your mindset and you will start to move differently once you realize how worthy you are, how valuable you are as a woman. You will start to move differently. Your whole aura will shift, and you will notice that you're going to start attracting so many people coming into you, because people are drawn to light. But that does not mean everybody needs to be in your light, right? And you don't need to be shining your light on everybody. And so my discernment is on another level. And I know what it is that I want. I know what it is that I need. And I should say what I need in a partner. But I'm not in a place of vulnerability. I'm not in a place of desperation. And so now I can pick and choose, honey. Okay, I can pick and choose, and I make better decisions. So that's where I'm at. Currently still single mom, but very much happy, very much at peace. And I know that the man that is going to be a man that I believe God wants me to connect with and do big things in this world with, I know he's coming. So I'm not sitting here, I'm no longer sitting here like, oh my gosh, am I gonna die alone? And I want you ladies to stop speaking that over yourself. If you do, you're not gonna die alone, but if you keep saying it, you will. So remember, your words are very, very much powerful. And if you are using words that are negative and against who you're saying you are or who you want to be, you're basically placing a curse upon yourself. So sis, I need you to break that off of you now, and start speaking life into yourself and into your situation and what it is that you want. Okay, so what else is going on with me? Still very much working a full-time job, still primary care, take care of my children, do all the drop-offs, the pick-offs, the doctor's appointments. I do it all. I have 2 kids in college right now, and I still have 2 at home with me. That whole process of getting them into college and figuring out how it's going to be paid, that's on me. Now, when I first became a single mom, I was like, my goodness, how am I going to do this? I don't want to fail these kids. I'm going to fail these. How am I going to take care of them? I need a partner. Like, God, please send me a man. Please send me a husband. Please send me a good man. And it didn't, he ain't show up yet, right? And guess what? When I started, my oldest was in junior high. She's in her last year of college. So what does that tell you? I was praying, asking for a man because I felt like I needed one to come in, because I'm not going to be able to do this. And obviously I did it, right? So let that be encouragement to whoever is watching this and you feel like, I'm not going to be able to do it and I need to have someone And don't get me wrong, I find it extremely important and extremely valuable to have the father figure in a home with the children. If not their biological father, I think it's amazing to have a man step in and fulfill that role. But if that is not the cards you've been dealt, it does not mean that your children cannot succeed, and it does not mean that you cannot succeed, right? We just have to accept, this is the cards I've been dealt. Okay, so I'm gonna play this deck the best way I know how. And what's the best way I knew how? I need to get myself together, because if I'm sitting here and I'm falling apart and I'm woe is me and oh my gosh, it's unfair and this is too hard, so I'm just gonna cry myself every day, we're not gonna get anywhere. We're gonna stay stuck in that situation. My children are gonna see me, who is their example now. They're going to see, okay, life is hard as heck. My mama couldn't even do it. She fell apart at everything. So it sets them up too for the future, and it sets up their mental state of mind on, whether or not they can accomplish certain things, or whether or not they can overcome. So I worked on switching my mindset, and I worked on accepting my circumstance. This is the circumstance. This is my life. No matter how much I feel like it's unfair, how much I wish it was something way better, how much I believe like, wait a minute now, this was not how my life was supposed to be. Y'all done gave me the wrong cards. It didn't matter how I felt. What mattered was my reality, and me accepting that is my reality. So I want to encourage you ladies, and I want to remind you that the longer we hold on to fighting against this, and this is not my fault, and I shouldn't be here, and it's unfair that he's doing this, the longer we sit in that blame, point finger mentality or space, the longer we will sit in that space of being hurt, frustrated, and getting absolutely nowhere. So that's what I did. I shift my mindset. This is what it is. Okay, so what do I have to do? Every day I got up and I showed up for myself, and I showed up for my kids. I said, forget about worrying about some man coming in and save me. I need to save us right now. This is all we have. All I have is me, and all my children have, all that they have is me. So I have to save us today. And it's not I don't need no man. I don't have that mentality, because I need a man. Like, I need one to come in and help me out here. But he's not here yet. And so Nikki got this, right? He's not here yet to help pay these bills, or whatever it is, love on me, or travel, or build this legacy with me. But until he shows up, in the meantime, I'm gonna start building this legacy, right? I'm gonna take care of these kids. I'm gonna make sure they're okay. I'm gonna make sure the money is coming in. I'm going to make sure I'm good. And so I want you ladies to start switching your mindsets as well, because again, the longer we sit in that negative state of mind, and that complaining, and that, wanting everybody to feel sorry for you, although I feel sorry for you, I really do. Like, I don't feel like I wish no woman would have to ever go through it. But at the same time, we have to be like, okay, we are big girls. We're going to put our big girl panties on. It sucks, but you know what? It's not about to overtake me. It's not about to keep me down. I am going to be a conqueror in this situation. I'm going to be an overcomer in this situation. So that's how I went from kids in elementary and junior high school, and being on having to go get welfare and food stamps, and leaving the entire state just to start over, to now I have two of them in college. I have one in high school, one in elementary. I'm still working my full-time job. I am still building my business, and I am now studying. And I'll tell you guys about that another time. But I'm doing it all, right? And guess what? I'm doing all of that, and my state of mind and my level of peace is on a completely different level. So I can't reiterate enough to you ladies that it's all about our mindsets at this point. I understand it hurts. I will never, ever, ever invalidate how you're feeling, But I want to remind you that when we stay stuck in our feelings versus getting up and starting to move and doing, we will stay stuck, right? It is going to be years going by and you're still stuck. And I don't want y'all to be. So again, still single, still doing it on my own. Children are now in college, and I'm happy. I am at peace. Is my life perfect? Absolutely not. Is my life completely where I want it to be right now? No, I still want my husband. I'm still believing a husband is gonna come in. I still have days where it's like, I'm tired. I'm flipping tired right now. I still have times where, you know, I'm supposed to get a break every other weekend when their dad would pick them up, but there's still times where he doesn't get them every other weekend. So it'll probably be like 3 weeks go by before I actually get some alone time. And for me, that can be very taxing. It can become very draining for me. And so I have to work on being able to stay patient and find ways to relax my mind. And so this plays a huge role in how I'm able to remain peaceful and just seem happy and like everything is great, because I make it a point every single day to put in time for myself. I don't care what else is going on throughout the day. I don't care what responsibilities I have. At some point in the day, Nikki is gonna have her Nikki time. Whether that's a bubble bath, and I'm sitting in that tub for a good 30 minutes, nobody's to talk to me, don't knock on my door, or even if it's me getting up in the morning and I purposely get up extra early so I can have my alone time, and I will go to the gym and I'll get my gym workout in, or if I don't go that morning, I'm journaling, I'm praying, but I'm spending time alone. I am giving myself time that way, because when you are a single mom, everybody is pulling from you. When you are a single mom and you're working, everybody is pulling from you. So they're pulling from you at work, you're with the kids and they're pulling from you until you go to bed and you start over, and it's the same thing. It's imperative that we as women, we as moms, take that time every day to just focus on ourselves, right? And so that's what's gotten me to this place of, okay, so he 3 weeks in and I haven't had a break, but you know what? Let me go do something for me, because there's nothing I can do. I can't control what someone else does. I can't control who shows up or who doesn't show up, but I can control how I can control how I handle the situation. And how I choose to handle this situation is accepting the fact of what the matter is. Okay, you got these kids an extra week. You don't have any free time, no free weekend. It's okay, but what can you do for you now? What can you do for you to decompress and refresh? And, so find things, ladies, that help you to feel like you still have some sort of control, because that's what it does for me. It makes me feel like I still have some sort of control because I'm still doing this for myself anyway. And then as your children get older, it's a little bit easier. So, at first my youngest was a baby. And so it was difficult for me to just be trying to leave him with the little kids. But now he's much older and his big brother is way older than him. And so it gets easier as we go, right? Big brother can watch him for a little bit as mommy runs out for maybe an hour or so. So know that it gets better as time goes on. But again, we're going to go right back to your mindset and how you're viewing it and how you are receiving what it is that you're experiencing in this moment. That will dictate how this all plays out for you. That will dictate whether or not you're going to be spending more nights crying and bawling and choosing the wrong relationships to be in, making poor decisions for yourself. It all has to do with our mindset. So yeah, again, I still have days where it's like, it's hard, it's frustrating, I'm tired, I want a break, I want a vacation, I want a day of not hearing, mommy, look, mommy, look. You're trying to get things done throughout the day and your little one is like pulling on you, every chance they get, because they're excited to show you the things that they can do, or they want to have these conversations with you. So I'm just like any other single mom, but my level of peace is on a whole new level. The way I view life, the way I view myself, the way I view people, just everything has changed because I sat down and I did the work. I took responsibility for where I was, you know, wherever I was responsible in the entire process. I took responsibility for that, no matter how hard or difficult that may have felt, because none of us want to be reminded of where we may have failed or where we did, you know, where we fell off or we were wrong. But we have to own that in order to then be like, okay, so this is where I messed up. This is what I have to do differently now to get a different result. And this is the work that I'm going to have to put in. Let me go ahead and do that. So I think what I recommend for every single mom is, if you haven't already done this work, let this be the day that you're like, I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus on my self-development, my self-healing, my self-love, my spirituality. I'm going to focus on these things. I'm going to block out the world as far as, you know, just trying to find somebody to come in and fill that space. I'm going to shut that down and I'm going to love on me. I'm going to fill that space with my love, my worth, my new knowledge, my healing. And with that, I can pour it out onto my children. Now, a lot of us want to break generational curses off of our children, off of our bloodline, but we're not able to do that if we are repeating the same thing, right? So this is your time. I want today to be the day where you're like, it stops with me. This foolishness stops with me. Yes, I know it's going to be a challenge, but I can do this. If Nikki can do it, I can do it. I'm going to remind you, ladies, like, I literally was looking up how to go to sleep and never wake up again. That's where I was at. And I had an infant child when I was there. So if I can switch my mindset from that to now looking at life with such hope and just such belief that everything is going to continue to get better for me, I promise you, you can do it as well. And if you feel like I can't, and you feel like this is too hard for you and you need someone to help you along the way, and you may not have, a lot of times, a lot of us don't have someone close by or a family member or a friend that even understands. You know, they give us these very surface level responses when we're saying we're struggling. Oh girl, you got it. Oh girl, you're strong. It's just gonna be all right. You know, when you are going through it, you need a little bit more than that. And so if you're needing someone to talk to and somebody that actually gets it and understands where you're at, somebody that's been there, done that, and is beyond it at this point, definitely reach out to me. Again, the links are in the description box below. If you're feeling like, you know, I'm not really sure, go ahead and book the free consultation. Let's talk. Let's see if we're a match for each other. And let's get this healing going, ladies. I want all of us to just be elevated. I want us all to be in a different place. I want us all to be at this level of peace that I'm at. And so when you're ready, definitely click the link below. I hope this video has gave you guys some sort of hope and just made you realize that it's not that the process was like, oh, it was so easy. It was just that I was willing to do the work. I was willing to be honest with myself, and I was willing to stick it through. And that's how I got into this point. And it's about to get even better. So until next time, I love y'all so, so much.